Does everybody know what time it is?
Time!
That's right. Fleet Pride is proud to present Kevin the Shopman Linger.
Dog's doing funny things. Now, that's pretty cool. I should send it to my friends. Actually, I should check and see what time it is. Way too late for me to be starting the intro to this show. Hey, I'm Kevin the Shopman Linger. Welcome to Fleet Uptime. Boy, I sure wish I had some technology to remind me of important things I needed to do. Just like our topic today, technology helping with fleet maintenance. So how does the technology actually help technicians keep trucks out of the shop and on the road? What kind of data is it collecting? Where's it going from here? To find out those answers, I need to bring in an expert. I want to thank Dan Egan for joining me today. Dan, you are the Regional Senior Service Director West at Fleet Pride, and I understand you are the man to talk to about technology and maintenance. Is that right?
I'm one of them.
You're one of them. All right, good enough. I'll take one. So let's get started. How much sooner can data tracking technologies detect a possible problem or breakdown over traditional methods?
Yeah, this is something that's been really exciting for the industry. Today, with OEM manufacturers, they have an instantaneous notification when a check engine light pops on, which allows them to educate their fleets on possible maintenance items, help route them to, for them, they route them to their own OE dealer. But it does help fleets make real in-time decisions instantaneously.
Obviously, that definitely helps with Uptime, the name of our show. It's just a good idea to have a handle on everything as often as you can. But with new technologies come new ways to work on technologies. So as you've invested in your service centers, how have you seen truck service trends change over the past 6 months?
Yeah, so we have invested heavily in servicing fleet customers. We do it through investing heavily in OE software so that we can touch any make and model of vehicle. And so as those OE dealers are instantaneously checking those lights and notifying those fleets, they're able to select aftermarket providers. For us, we make sure that we can touch any truck, make, model, year that could be operating. For fleets in the last 6 months, though, we've seen a lot of things in the trucking economy take slight dips, right? We see less miles driven, port traffic's down, less housing starts. All these things mean less trucks on the road, less trailers on the road braking. And so we've seen fleets take some pretty impactful cost-cutting measures and just being good stewards of their business and making sure that as those revenue lines are not pushing the same amount of OpEx power, we see it translate through to DOT-only repairs where historically you can notify a fleet of something that may become a maintenance item in 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 miles. And we'd be given the green light, yeah, please go ahead and take care of that today so that I don't have to have another maintenance event down the road. And when we see the economy take a tougher dip, what we see is fleets saying, hey, DOT only, I'll limp it along until the next one. And it does cost some money later, unfortunately. Sometimes taking it until failure can lead to progressive damages.
So with these new technologies, what data is being captured and how does that benefit a fleet?
From my exposure on the OE side of the business, every data point is being captured, meaning theoretically, and I think this is where the technology's headed, that fleets can have a very clear maintenance picture based on their driving practices and their maintenance intervals on how to absolutely drive the cost of maintaining that fleet down. And that's the power of data. And I hope that the OEs will be great stewards of the business and allowing those fleets to make those decisions. And that's why we're so active in right to repair and making sure that the aftermarket does have the tools to those technologies to be able to service those fleets and drive the uptime that's so critical to their businesses.
Speaking on servicing the fleets, how do your technicians keep up with the pace, the very rapid pace of technology nowadays?
Yeah, rapid's a really great descriptor. So we as a company acknowledge the fact that if anybody deserves an investment in professional skills and career development, it's the technicians that are slinging the wrenches under the trash truck or under the refuse truck, right? And so we invested considerably in a fully baked trademarked Fleet Pride Tech University. It's an online and in-person training curriculum, fully guided to take technicians straight out of trade school and run them through to a master technician status over the course of time. Again, through online guided training, in-person and on-the-job training. And so we partner with a lot of really great suppliers across the heavy duty industry that want to make sure that our technicians do know how to interact with their components on vehicles. And they're heavily engaged in that training with us. And we couldn't do it without them.
Right, absolutely. And it sounds like a great program. Not only do you want to have great trained technicians for yourself, but you just want to make sure that they understand what the job entails. They understand very well that this is integral to everything we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, for the technicians, it's the right thing to do, and at the heart of it, that was why we did it. We knew that it was the right thing for technicians to be able to give them the opportunity to develop the skills to command compensation increases and command by being more valuable to the organization, by being able to fix more different types of repairs. And so, at the heart of it, the intent was to help technicians' skills and professional develop. And what it's given us the ability to do is, now that we have the infrastructure around this great training curriculum, we're able to quickly service needs in the business. So if we want to develop specific service writing content for a strategic account, we can do that today based on having that capability. And so what it's done for Fleet Pride, the investment in Fleet Pride Tech University, having our own dedicated training facility, it gives us that lightning fast reaction time as the industry shifts. And that's the other great thing about technology, is it almost 2x's itself every year. As it gets better, it evolves more quickly. And so it just allows us to be in a better position to combat that.
So with these rapid changes, should fleets expect to do a complete overhaul of their current maintenance strategy, or do the tools help to just assist with what they're already doing?
I would highly recommend to fleets that they at least get really intentional about fleet maintenance. Certainly, some that we interact with, it's something where the fleet's grown to a size and we've never maintained it before. We don't even track maintenance on the P&L. It's just, we know it's a cost. And so what I'd highly recommend is, as the technology's there, if we're not interacting with it, it's going to make it really challenging for fleets to drive the profitability that they need to be successful in this industry. Because I can tell you, we have really great partnerships with some of the top fleets in the country, and they're absolutely invested in this technology and being more efficient in their fleet maintenance practices. And it helps us as service providers, because the better and more organized a fleet is, the more clear and concise the direction that they can give to us, the service provider. And so it drives a higher customer experience when a fleet is more organized. And so, no, I'd say, yeah, they should plan to completely overhaul their fleet strategy if they don't have one today.
Sounds like you might have answered my next question a little bit, but we'll ask it. We're having a good time. If there is one thing that you wish fleets could or would do when it comes to maintenance strategies, the way they're handling their staff, what would that one thing be?
Same vein, I'd say get intentional about your partnerships. I've been in sourcing throughout my career. I think vendor management is an underrated skill when we think about purchasing and people that select vendors. Through really strong, cohesive partnerships, companies like ourselves are able to add a ton of value to fleet customers through that back and forth dialogue. And it's because we have so much exposure to the best practices in the industry and what does work. And so where we see the most impactful growth is with fleets that lean in and do those top to top partnerships with us and allow us, we learn from them and they learn from us. But we're moving the industry forward. And I think we've got great leaders in our business, certainly at Fleet Pride, at the top of our leadership team. And they certainly see the vision, and they're great stewards of the industry overall, and making sure that it moves to a place where the aftermarket is a readily available resource for fleets, because it has to be.
All right, you heard it here. Thank you very much, Dan, for joining us. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
We heard it from Dan. Having intent in your maintenance strategies can lead to great impact for your fleet, and technologies can help with that. And my piece of technology is telling me that it's time I intend to end this episode. But don't let that impact you too much. Don't sound so sad. We'll be back. Until next time, you know what time it is.
Up time!